Medic's log. Week 14. Year 0. Hey guys, it's Kedi here, and I know it's been far too long since we've seen each other. This one's been a long time in coming. So I think today what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what's been going on in the past couple months, both in Kedi's life and within this world. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief tour of kind of what I've been working on off camera. And it's been off camera because the main time that I've been able to work on these things has been while I was on planes to go places. So for example, I just got back from an interview in California last night, and I go to school on the East Coast. So as you might imagine, it was about 8 hours of flight time, which I was not doing homework on the plane, although I was listening to podcasts related to the things that I'm studying. So I was kind of doing homework. But I finally had a chance to log on to this world, and it just reminded me of how much I've missed you guys and how much I've missed this place. So as you can see, we are in the, well, I guess you can't see from anything here right now, but we are in the 1.2.1 update now, which is pretty exciting because we have some pretty cool new features like stained glass, also known as one of my favorite blocks in the game. And here we go. We'll start off with the tour. So we're down in the basement. If you can remember, over there's the main entrance to the mine shaft. And this used to just be a really, really janky cobblestone wall, but now we've got a nice little area that's just kind of bridge the theme together between the underground and just like the general mine shaft. So it's not too exciting, but I did want to make sure there was a good way to view this underground bit since, you know, I worked so hard on it. And you can see some water coming down there, so we'll get to that in a second by taking our super duper transport method if I can get to it. How do I use this? I forget. Oh yeah. Geronimo. Okay. And so as you can see, we have the little stopgap water. So that way if you want to stop here, which should look a bit more familiar to you, it is the entrance to the sinister sewers. So I dug this all out, and we've got our nice water shaft way coming down here. We've got stairs. Over on this side will probably eventually be a minecart, and you know, we'll probably make this entrance look a bit nicer in the future, but that is not for today's efforts. So I have learned some things about how Bedrock differs from your traditional Java Minecraft in the process of doing these floors, which, as you can see, I replaced it with the iron bars with black glass. And my intent behind doing that was to prevent mobs from spawning. Joke's on me, though, because turns out mobs can actually spawn on stained glass. Or any glass, as you can see from the mobs that have been spawning down there. So we still have some work to do with that and essentially preventing this area from becoming overrun. Because I kind of like the effect of having a couple, but it would get out of hand really quickly if I just left them there. I've already had to do a clean out once or twice of the monster infestation down there. But we'll get to that in a bit. In the meantime, I've stopgapped the problem by putting these torches here. I think I'll come up with a better solution probably in the future, but if you have any suggestions, let me know. Right now I'm kind of just leaning towards more redstone lamps, which is fun, but it's kind of boring. So if you have a better idea, I am all ears. Well, not. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could knock this bit out have like a row of iron bars, and then have lava flowing behind that. I don't know if it would look any good, but in my head it would look really good. So let me know what you think about that idea. We might try that. As you can see, some things have changed over here too. Not nearly as much, because this is what I was kind of doing when, you know, the plane actually arrived where I was going. So we've kind of started on what is going to be the new villager sorter, and we've clearly just abandoned some iron ore right there. But anyways, I put some magma there in the meantime to like keep this thing from getting overflow while I was working on it. But essentially, it's pretty easy to guess how this is going to work. The default state is it's going to be like this, and this piece of glass is going to be replaced by a hopper, because you can push hoppers. You can push hoppers with sticky pistons, which is nice. But then when you want to save whatever zombie has just landed, you just flick the switch. But it's probably not going to be a switch at the end. It'll probably just be like a button, because it's not going to take very long for one thing to come through. And then when you flick the switch, though, this area opens, and down here is where the zombie catching chamber is going to be. And as you can see, this is also still in progress. And this is basically just so that way, you know, if you accidentally get two, you can kill off one, save the other, that sort of thing. Yeah, let me know what you think about the black glass. You guys haven't seen this side of me because it was not in this version of the game, but I am a big fan of black glass. It might actually be my favorite item in the game. Death does not wait. Death is not final. That's so sinister. I've forgotten that. Well, I mean, that's not sinister. The flower bloomed, already wilting. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I've been down here looking at these things. So like you get the retour just as much as I do. I did die a couple times, actually. Really sad coming down this ladder, because I kept forgetting. Well, there's not even water all the way at the bottom, but there used to be water down there, if you recall. So I would just like fall off the ladder and then just like crash onto the glass. And fortunately, if I was at full health, that wouldn't kill me. But if I wasn't at full health, it totally did. And that was really embarrassing. So, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of been what I've been up to, though, without you guys. So I've missed you a lot, and I hope that, you know, I'll be able to be around a bit more often these days. But until I find a job, essentially I kind of have to put some of my hobbies like this on hold, because, you know, if I don't have a job that pays well and does something that, you know, ideally that I actually want to be doing, that makes it a lot harder to have time for fun hobbies like this. So that's what's going on with that. Let's see. What else is going on here? Oh yeah, I do have, this is from, because I wasn't originally planning on just ditching you guys with nary a word for so long. So I do have some backlogged footage from, if you recall, I think the last time we were together, I once again proved that I am not the most talented of adventurers, by which I mean I died horrifically in the Nether. So we've got some footage here that I'm going to show you of me going back to the Nether to help regain my tools. love this crafting thing. The only thing that's kind of sad is while I was on the plane, I was trying to look up how to make a night vision potion because I couldn't remember. It's a golden carrot, by the way. But I didn't know that at the time because I was trying to go underwater hunting for some squid, and it's much easier to do that, if you can see. But tragically, this does not give you the recipe. Oh, hey, you can expand, close. What's question mark do? How to play crafting? Wait a second. Know your brewing stand. Ingredients and potions. There are many potion effects to discover. Experiment with different ingredients and combinations to become a true alchemist. Okay, I feel less bad now because if I had had that there the whole time and didn't know, it would have been disappointing. Fireworks. I think we can use fireworks to fly, maybe, eventually, if we get an elytra. But we can finally start our book and quill shenanigans, which I don't know if you guys remember, but I've been wanting to do that since day one. So we're gonna probably at the end of this week, that'll be what we do here. Okay, I'm gonna read this all on my own time because I don't know. It's the computer scientist in me. I like to read documentation. Good documentation just makes my heart sing. Bad documentation makes my heart cry. So, all that being said, I do really appreciate any of you who are still sticking around after so long, and let me know what you would like to see or wouldn't like to see moving forward. I think what I'm going to try to do first is finish up that villager, or revenant sorter, really. But it's a revenant sorter to sort out the potential villagers. I think I'm going to try and do that first, but what I do next is completely up for secondary opinions. So, I hope you've enjoyed this brief update into... Hey, I see you. You're going down. Hope you've enjoyed this brief update into the life of Kedi, and I assure you, this series is not dying. I did not just give up on YouTube. I just, unfortunately, why are there so many monsters? That's one thing that I've noticed, is that so many more mobs spawn now at nighttime than they used to before the Better Together update. Which on the one hand is good, because I actually feel like this actually feels more like a post-apocalyptic wasteland when there's monsters all over the place. But on the other hand is not so good, because I'm terrified that, like, I'm gonna come back and once again, witness a village apocalypse. But, so far, we're still doing alright. We've still got our guy hanging out on top of the ender chest. We've still got our terrible 2 harassing the cleric, it looks like. Yeah, we're doing okay. So, yeah, I miss y'all. I hope to be able to start releasing content again soon, but, we'll see how it goes. I've been having a lot of interviews, so I just need one of those interviews to translate to a job offer. And I will see you then. No sign of new survivors this week. Massive progress in research continues on revenant sorting and retrieval. Suspect further exploration of nearby area needed.